Welcome to Wrestling in 60, a show where we present the best matches from around the country's premier wrestling conference, the Big Ten. We begin with our pick at number 7. These Mantanonas, you said it at the beginning of the broadcast, TJ. I mean, these guys are must-see, fun to watch. They scrap, score some points. Fun to watch.
Yeah, Brock's very athletic. I mean, he did some acrobatics Friday night, cartwheels that turned into some finely executed moves against Rutgers, and I was really impressed. Gets a little chippy.
Had an impressive win, 17-3 major decision over Shane Cartagena-Walsh, who's pretty darn good.
Pretty darn good, yes, yeah, this is. So he can break you. Mantanono.
And hold.
Chris Moore is, I like Chris Moore a lot. He's really tough. And when we talk about, Hunter's talking about being stingy right here, holds a really good position, has great skills. And so right now, it's important for him not to let Brock do what his brother did. Came out really early and really was the difference. That early urgency was the difference in that match.
Chris Moore from McHenry, Illinois, the first state champion in school history.
Come on, stay on yourself.
I believe he beat Colin Kelly to win that state title. We just saw it, 174. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
I mean, rivals and now teammates.
Well, and so many guys from Illinois. Sean Bourmet had overtime there for so long. The club, from there, huge impact. Goes back to Michigan, his alma mater, and they trust Sean. Good wrestlers go to Michigan from the Chicago area. Of course, they come downstate to Illinois, so we got a lot of and Illinois, one of the best preps states.
Look at that. Double
really
leg
nice.
Takedown.
He's got to finish
three.
it.
He's got the 3.
All right.
Chris Moore strikes first. Chris Moore coming off a red shirt.
And this is what Brock.
This is what they do.
Does, and he gets out, and Chris avoids something worse because Mantanona is really dangerous.
Challenge brick came in from the Michigan corner. I like to see guys rewarded and take the risks. I mean, when in doubt, give the 3 up. If it's the guy taking the chance, he's taking the risks. So that takedown is upheld. As I mentioned, Moore coming off the red shirt, a true freshman 2024. He was a national qualifier down at 165, so both these guys coming up from 165. He was the first true freshman national qualifier for Illinois. Here's a name for you, TJ, since Travis Piotrowski in 2017.
Wow. I like the way that Moore's getting in on the legs. He's getting through some defense, but that's that's just one thing with Brock.
And we are neutral after Mantanona gets the second escape in the match. He pulls to within 1. Michigan leading at 12-11. This one has gone back and forth. Dual meet began at 125. Fighting Illini got off to a quick start. Wins from Moore and Bird.
30 seconds, second period.
Half shot there from Moore. Down to 20 seconds.
Moore doing a good job of getting back out after kind of half shot, drop down to his knees, not really anything that's going to put Brock in danger there, but he did get his feet back, not allow a reshot, counterattack by Mantanona. Got a little excited afterwards, pointed to the scoreboard. He lit it up himself, and he wanted Shane to know it.
Mantanona, early season loss to Aiden Sinclair of Missouri. And then he fell. This is one of the better stories, I think, in college wrestling right now, Tim. In the Cliff Keen finals, Mantanona lost to James Conway from Franklin and Marshall. 5-0. Young talent in the Big Ten at this weight class. And there is a stall call on Moore.
Nice. That's the way you do it. The best offense or best defense is a good offense, but you got to get that head above, underneath that. There you go.
Mantonona rolls him through. This is where he is so good.
Got to stay on that leg. Got to stay on that leg. Can't let that go. Mantonona is going to slip that out.
Look at that rubber knee.
Good
Scramble
cast.
continues down to 20 seconds. Ankles are all tied up. And a stalemate is whistled.
He can take the stall call. He can take the stall call.
He's up by 2.
Yes.
But he's doing a nice job taking territory himself, and he's still going for it, Tim.
Can't let him scoot.
Gonna roll him through again. And
Big.
that is how this match is gonna end.
Big time win for the Illini.
Big win. Now let's take a look at our pick at number 6.
Two-time California State champ at that Palm Desert, immediately in on a shot. He's got a takedown less than 10 seconds in. Michigan firing off on all cylinders here with the upper weights.
Wolverines came to wrestle tonight, that's for sure. They came out guns blazing. They're getting turns, takedowns. Not many takedowns for the Scarlet Knights yet in this one.
Only 2 by my count so far, Matt. Actually 3. Barbosa had 2 in his match, and Pinto limited to just 1. Cartagena Walsh is a guy who scores a lot, get a lot of takedowns, but this is a different animal right now. We look facing a guy who might be an All-American. Oh, man, this nice little slide by there by Mantonona, and he's got a 6-1 lead off that takedown. Michigan, and Brock just making this look easy. Cartagena Walsh, round of 16 guy in Philadelphia last season. Up to his feet, looking to cut away, and he's out for 1. 6-2. If you're Rutgers, Matt, you got to steal one. Might be in a big hole going into the second half. But first things first, they want to get back on the W side of things in this duel. 40 seconds, Cartagena Walsh still trying to find offense as Mantonona up to the body lock now. Looking for a big mat return. Cartagena Walsh ended up on top briefly, and they're going to call that a takedown for Brock Mantonona as Cartagena Walsh is going to roll through, and Mantonona able to recover, and he's on top here as Cartagena Walsh hangs on to the leg, 9-2. Michigan's actually going back home for the weekend. They will host Illinois on Sunday. That duel set for 2 o'clock Eastern. Should be another good one in the Big Ten, as they all are. For the most part, anyway. Obviously, people will have watched Penn State this year, Matt.
Yeah, big one for them tonight.
That one, I believe, underway. On Instagram today, he shared a picture of all 3 of those kids.
It's crazy.
When they were young. I'm talking youth wrestling, so they're probably, 10 or 11. Crazy to see. Growing up wrestling like that, and they're all at this level. All reunited here tonight. We've seen comebacks out of this team before. We've seen some highly contested contests with this Michigan squad in previous years. And other blue bloods in the Big Ten just looking for that breakthrough. Reaching is Mantonona. Cartagena Walsh trying to re-attack, trying to chase an ankle. Has it for the moment, and now they're going to call potentially dangerous. Mantonona snags a single. Stall warning on Cartagena Walsh. Less than 30 seconds to go in the second period. Trying to finish this one off again. Wizards in for Cartagena Walsh. Still hopping, still balancing. Is there 3? He collects the second leg, and Mantonona's up 12-3. Takedowns coming in bunches for the Wolverines.
Really was just a knee pick there for Mantonona. Able to elevate it off the mat a little bit. Got a trip. He'll finish on top. 12-3. Huge lead for Mantonona heading into the third.
Good trip by Cartagena Walsh to keep him back down. Less than a minute to go. Or sorry, less than a minute on riding time here for Mantonona. I think Cartagena Walsh is going to cut him here. He does. 13-3. But he's going to need a takedown to save bonus points.
Right. That's why I rode him, just to get that riding time point cut away. Takedown here would make it a 7-point deficit.
I know he's trailing, Matt, but Cartagena Walsh does have a stall warning against him as Mantanona, good re-attack here, slick stuff. Deep in on that single leg, elevating it again, looking for another trip. And Cartagena Walsh able to kick free, circles back into the center. Out of bounds they go. Chase here by Cartagena Walsh. Awkward position. He kind of just sprawled down on Mantanona, who got in on a shot. I'm not sure who he shot there, Matt.
I was going to just say Cartagena Walsh got to straighten that right leg from that position.
It looked like Cartagena Walsh was just trying to club the head, and Mantanona was going in on a shot. It was a good club. And
yeah, he almost clubbed him right into his own leg.
Yeah. I don't see that too often. Less than 40. Shot by Mantanona. Cartagena Walsh, good sprawl, trying to chase a leg. Still looking for a takedown. Going to try to freight train him over. Collecting a leg. Is that a 3-point takedown? No. Feet are still in. Trying to drag him in. Mantanona. He can afford a stall call here, too, if he flees. Cartagena Walsh going to pull him in.
Oh.
A jump by Mantanona.
Man.
The athleticism on display.
That was sweet.
Talking about selling out to avoid a takedown.
He's going to get one.
There's a three-pointer for Mantanona, 16-3. Won't get the riding time, but it's another major decision for the Wolverines. Brock Mantanona, 17-3. They just added it. They had the point there, and now extracurriculars.
Yeah,
a
little chippy.
They just took a point off, so now it is 16-3. It was not 17-3.
Let's take a look at our pick at number 5.
They think that they think that Rubel can put up a good fight against Rodriguez, and they'll have Blaze fresh for Sunday against Rutgers.
Blaze is just a fantastic wrestler. It's going to be his first meet of the season where he's not starting for 165. As Rubel is on top of Rodriguez. Rodriguez is in control.
Yeah, good work from Rodriguez getting deep on that single, but good defense from Rubel, trying to get on the leg, finding a defensive position, trying to get this back to neutral. But Rodriguez will try to get that foot out and roll him over and find the takedown here. You just got to break that grip and get the takedown. But Rubel's staying on it, doing a very good job here.
Rubel doing a great job defensively. Both coaches up on their feet as Rubel looking to flip over Rodriguez. Rubel in control, trying to carry Rodriguez now.
Very impressive defense from Rubel, turning that into a takedown of his own. It looked like Rodriguez had that, and Rubel just flipped him over, took his back. Now he's got his back here, dominant top position. He's got the hooks in.
Purdue already in the driver's seat of the meet, up 4 points coming in to match number 6. And Rubel now in the driver's seat of his own match, riding time approaching 30 seconds. Rodriguez is trying to escape. He just can't. Rubel's too strong.
Yeah, that's a really tough start for Rodriguez. He gets deep on that single leg, and it looks like he might have a takedown. And then Rubel turns it into a takedown of his own, takes his back, and he's really starting to pick up some riding time here, and he's got him in a very tough position with his arm lock.
Riding time approaching 50 seconds now. Just about halfway through the first round.
Rubel's trying to turn Rodriguez over, but he gets too high, and Rodriguez turns it into close to a reversal. Very close to finishing this here. Rubel almost in a full split defending it. Rodriguez will just have to push through here. He's got the double.
Rodriguez carrying him. Is he going to bury it?
Just got to dump him,
the
drop him
carry
down.
and the bury for Rodriguez.
Great work from Rodriguez there. Really impressive reversal. Puts him right back in this match.
Rubel started this round off very strong. Rodriguez responded perfectly with a great carry and bury.
Yeah, and that's some nice defensive work from Rodriguez there. You know, getting out of that position, circling back to the center. Now trying to find some offense of his own. He's attempting a single leg. Rubel's got this headlock. He's just trying to get to his own offense. He's on a single leg.
Waning seconds as Rubel going for a takedown. And he gets one in the waning seconds of the first round. What a first round we just saw, Michael.
Yeah, I thought Rubel was picking up some own time, but Rodriguez with that reversal, he might have gotten the margin back. I don't know if it was by that much, but it's looks like they're stopping it a little bit here. He's got to find a way out of this, though. Rubel's shown that he's very strong from the top. He got a little is overzealous earlier. Just got too high on it, and Rodriguez shook him off.
Having a word with an official as Rodriguez just can't get out of there. Maybe a stalling warning coming soon. We haven't seen a lot of movement. Rubel.
And Rubel really likes this somewhat headlock position. Get that arm under the neck, kind of trying to turn him over here. Been really looking for these underhooks the whole match from the top position, but Rodriguez back to his feet here. He's got to break this grip and disengage to get the escape point.
Oh, and he tried to maybe run out, and he gets tripped up. Rubel.
Very close here, but Rodriguez, he just has to break that grip of Rubel, just turn him over here. Got the stalling call and back to the center. You can't let that riding time get any bigger with that riding time point at stake. It's already it. Oh,
we said
good
he needed
escape
a quick
from Rodriguez.
evasion. He did get that.
Good escape. Good work from Rodriguez there.
The clock is waning down. Final 20 seconds.
Rodriguez,
Carry
nice double leg. Nice double leg from Rodriguez. He's got him on his back. Wow, good work from Rodriguez. They just overpowered him with the double leg. And he gets 2 back points as well. Rodriguez will take the lead here, man. Great work from him.
As the second round is waning, what a fun match this has been.
And back and forth. Look at this.
Especially considering Blaze was not in.
Yeah, especially considering no Blaze. And the momentum's really gone back and forth in this one. But you got to think Rodriguez with that late takedown takes a little bit of it. But Rubel gets an escape there. He's now down 9-8, but he has the riding time point. It's not secured yet, but he has the point.
You got to think Rodriguez is thinking more offensively despite having a 1-point lead.
Yeah, at very least, Rodriguez can at least try to generate a stall, get that 1 point off. And really nice transition to the single leg there. He's going to see if he can finish it. Trying to change it to a double leg. Rubel fighting here. He's got his hands locked. Rodriguez has got to break that lock or just push through and find the double.
The coaches are wanting Rubel to try and flip him over. He's trying to. He's got his hands around Rodriguez's left leg.
Rodriguez has got to keep hold of that leg. That leg's the only thing preventing this from being a takedown. And back to neutral. Good work from Rodriguez there. Good work on both ends, honestly.
There's the whistle. Final minute of this match. What a match it has been. By far, in my opinion, the most exciting that we've seen tonight.
Gotta agree with you there.
Back and forth.
And it could go to overtime.
Rodriguez
Perfectly timed double from Rodriguez. Look at that timing. Just catches Rubel off guard, finds a double, and now he's up 12-8, and he puts him on his back. Rubel shakes him off. Rodriguez still on the back here, but Rubel's back to his feet.
And the riding time below a minute now for Rubel. Rodriguez, what a second and third round he's had.
And that's huge for Rodriguez getting that riding time. And he looks like he's going for the mat return here. Takes him out of bounds. Hand fighting right in front of us. Rubel down to a leg. He's trying. Rodriguez doing a good job keeping his hips back, holding him off.
Good escape by Rodriguez for the moment.
Rodriguez finds another takedown.
Another takedown for
Great
AJ
work from Rodriguez, and that'll seal the deal.
What a match. Match number 6 is a 10 out of 10 in my book. AJ Rodriguez wins by decision, and Maryland cuts into the Boilermaker lead. AJ Rodriguez, everyone is on their feet in the Sean Walt Pavilion right now. What a match we just saw.
Now let's take a look at our pick for number 4.
And saw where Mikey Caliendo got a little tougher as the season went on. And I think clean. Looking back at it, missed a break in on a shot. Here's what he does so well. Head between the legs, able to go ahead and get a little elevation. Easy. Root back into that position. Great position to be able to finish it off right there. Can he clear his right ankle? Caliendo's got a hold of it there. These guys are so good at this.
3 red.
And the takedown is awarded. Messenbrink leads it 30 seconds in.
We're up.
Messenbrink, a 2-time Big Ten champion, trying to suck him back. And nearly put the Hawkeye on his back.
Nice job there catching Caliendo, getting a little
One
bit
green
extended
neutral.
down, intentional release by Messenbrink. That was just classic Mitchell Messenbrink to shoot. Ends up with his head between the legs.
Clean it up,
and
all
does
right,
a
both
good
guys.
job finishing there.
Top of the head, all right?
Mitchell Messenbrink, a 2-time Big Ten champion, 2-time national finalist, fell to David Carr, 9-8 of Iowa State in the final in 2024. Undefeated last season, 27-0 after that win over Caliendo. to pick up his first national championship. Nice ankle pick there from Caliendo, but Messenbrink keeps it 3-1.
Good job of stepping over that, you know.
30 to go in this first period. Mikey Caliendo, a three-time All-American. Messenbrink wasting no time. High attack rate, looking for a second takedown as they scramble, and
great
no
work.
points.
Great work, great competitive spirit there by Caliendo.
Caliendo 9-1 in the season. There is a stall call on Caliendo. Talk about Messenbrink scoring points. Caliendo scores a boatload of points as well. 7 bonus point victories.
Green, your choice. Improve. 1 green neutral. Offense.
Same school as Ben and Max Askren. I'm sure Ben's watching tonight as he continues to recover. It's been 6 months. Great to see his improvements with each passing day.
Another dive-in shot there by Messenbrink. He just did not unafraid to put his shoulders in those positions, diving straight ahead.
How can Caliendo get to the legs?
Got to be able to not give up the takedown there, but gosh, with short time, you see a lot of guys give up on scoring opportunities, and right there, Messenbrink did it again. He's able to get to an ankle.
Mitchell Messenbrink, a two-time U20 World finalist, won the U20 World title in 2023, began his career at Cal Baptist, was 2-0 with a pair of pins in dual meets for Cal Baptist.
1 red neutral, we're neutral.
The program dropped. That news announced recently. 60 seconds left. Mitchell Messenbrink 11-0, all bonus point victories. Can he get another one tonight in Iowa City? He's got 45 seconds to work. Caliendo collar tie. Fake for Messenbrink, dives. Space, but into the hips.
The key word there is dives.
Wrestle there.
He's so confident in his ability to go ahead and get to a neutral position. When you know you can shoot on guys and not give up takedowns, huge confidence level. And look at the pace you're able to keep if you know you can get back to neutral.
Stall call on Caliendo the second, makes it 8-2 inside of 10 seconds. Here's Messenbrink on a single leg, trying to hunt down the major decision. Passes right arm across and gets the 3 with 2 seconds left. Mitchell Messenbrink, his 12th win of the season, his second major decision, all bonus point victories. He got it late. Once again, Jimmy just finds a way.
Late in the period scores.
Now, let's take a look at our pick for number 3. 6-2 in duels. He's now 2-0 in the Big Ten after a 13-0 major decision over the Scarlet Knights' Anthony White. This guy's exciting. One of the more exciting wrestlers in college wrestling.
And, you know, I've been around a long time. You know that. So, I mean, we can talk about a story of as far as the arena here. But his dad, Jeff Catrabone, was really exciting. He was a gamer, 3-time All-American in the 90s. And he was really exciting and afraid of nothing. But it took him a little while to get where he got in his last 3 years. And so here, Catrabone, being as exciting and as successful as he is as a freshman, might be a little ahead of his dad even.
Catrabone was 4th in Vegas at the Cliff Keen. Here's a scramble, and it is going to be won by Ryan Bennett.
Good start for the underdog here.
Bennett 5-5. He is in for Cannon Webster. Hoping to get Cannon Webster back next week as the brick is out from the Illinois corner. I can only assume, Tim, they're looking for near fall points.
Looking for strikes.
Return there from Bennett.
And our view right here couldn't really tell whether that was, but it looked like, I thought, oh, he's got him on his back.
And here comes the call, and they are going to say
That was not their brick. We looked at that.
They looked at it. They're not.
No near fall.
Yeah. Yes, but the brick is given back.
Yes. That was an official's challenge, so Illinois and Michigan still have their challenges in their respective pockets. So Ryan Bennett gets the takedown, no near fall, 140 remaining in this first period.
Oh, I love the old school. Look at Catcherbone here. Little elbow roll.
Boots are in.
Yeah.
Left boot anyways.
Got the cradle locked up.
Getting a little bit high. And Catcherbone is going to capitalize. He's on the board with a reversal. We got ourselves a one-point match. Catcherbone last season as a redshirt was 11-4 between 149 and 157. 1-2 in duels. Picked up his first Big Ten dual meet victory over Indiana's Joey Butler.
Head up, stay strong with your head.
Has that half Nelson. Digging those shoot tops with the forward pressure into the Resolite. Tight waist. Looking for a turn.
Nice effort with 30 seconds left.
Ties it up at 3. Bennett gets the escape to take the 4-2 lead.
Inside 30 seconds.
Good job by Bennett there. He was thinking about the reversal. He was close, but he needed to get something. And he did a good job of getting the hips away and getting the one. Better than none.
Final seconds. And this first period is in the book. 4-2. Bennett over Catcherbone to the second period. Wolverine goes on bottom. Off the whistle, a claw ride there from Bennett.
We have seen some good efforts all the way around on these matches. You know, guys that are supposed to, you know, get rung up, and here they're getting after it.
Seeing some guys specifically in that top position.
Yeah, good hard riding. Official letting them, you know, you hook that ankle back there, it's kind of tough to get away, you know, and you're just letting it go, you know, and
has that claw ride sunk in, riding time now at 50 seconds.
Hooking that ankle back there, not letting Catcherbone. Look at that little wrist roll. He's been successful with that, but they've scouted him well. He understood it, anticipated it, anchored down with the hips. Really nice ride here. Over a minute.
55 seconds as they wrestle on the edge, and we'll reset.
There's another side roll, but
Bennett's been able to anticipate that.
Yeah. You don't see that little wrist side roll much, and he's been successful so far this year watching some tape.
Catcherbone with his head on the mat. Half Nelson here for Bennett. Has him flat once again, snags the wrist.
Well, you saw that when you start pulling your knee pad up when you're out of bounds, you know that you're not, your mind and your body's not where they want it to be.
This would be a huge win for the Fighting Illini if Bennett can hang on. Still a long way to go. Short time. Good hard mat return right on the edge.
Right
Good
now,
mat awareness, keeps that toe in the cylinder as long as he can.
9 seconds, yes. Big 9 seconds right here. Here's where the hips in. Keep those hips tight. Keep those hips tight because it's very short time.
Austin O'Connor, a two-time national champ at North Carolina. Brian Medlin, the skill development coordinator, does so much with Illinois wrestling and has done so much. Longtime coach at Washington Community High School and with Illinois Greco and freestyle.
And his
super
guy,
knowledgeable.
And his guy out. Cannon Webster's been with Brian Medlin since Cannon Webster was 5 years old. Because he wrestled for him as a youth in high school.
And Iowa Hawkeye great Jacob Warner from Washington.
Yep. So Medlin look at this.
Look at this. Ryan Bennett adds to his lead. And all of a sudden, Tim, Bennett's the guy. Maybe in the mix for some bonus points.
You know, in Seabiscuit, they talked about he had the old look in his eye. Bennett's got the look. He's got the look in his eye, man. That's what I'm noticing. He's got the old look in his eye.
Bennett.
He let that nice job. You know, Catcherbone feels that roll and just caught Bennett relaxing, looking for the tilts.
Here he goes. He's a turn away. You see the urgency. Armbar tilt. Look at this. Catcherbone in the final minute of the third period making a charge down the stretch. What a wild match.
Catcherbone believes in his opportunity here, and he's going to hang on.
Riding time is locked up for Bennett. Just double checking the score, so here we go. 8-6, riding time is locked up for Bennett. So if Bennett can escape in 17 seconds, this one will go to sudden victory. Catcherbone looking for the ride out and the win. Bennett controlled most of this match. Catcherbone a late charge in the final 40 seconds of this third period. And Cameron Catcherbone finds a way, 8-7. He's now 3-0 in Big Ten duels. What a way to stamp the first half for Michigan. Now, let's take a look at our pick for number 2. Locked in horns here at 184. Ferrari wrestled in this dual meet last year inside Bryce Jordan Center. Fell to Carter Starachi. Was not taken down by the eventual 5-time national champ. Rocco Welsh's first year in State College, coming from Columbus, where he was a national finalist against Starachi at 174 2 years ago. There you see the dual recap on your left. Nasir Bailey, the lone Hawkeye, to get a W tonight.
Yeah, this is going to be a match where I look, what are the adjustments that the coaches are going to make, particularly the Penn State coaches. They know that Angelo Ferrari comes out there on his knee, right? And it really slows down the action, and he comes out of that when he gets up into a tie. It doesn't really, you know, he's got great shots, but we tend not to see him until later in the match. So this type of action right here, I guess you got to be patient if you're Rocco Welsh, because it's a little bit different than wrestling another 184-pounder that's going to stand up there with you, and then you can get to your head to the outside shots and your arsenal. But this is a unique.
Welsh in making that final in 2024, he was a true freshman. That was after a third-place finish at the Big Tens. Made that final as a 6th seed. Ferrari from Melissa, Texas. 4-time state finalist, 3-time champ. He won one in Oklahoma and a pair in Texas. And Ferrari
one green neutral,
is on the board with an escape. 1-0, the Hawkeye with the advantage.
Improve. Improve. One red neutral.
1-1.
We got to score. We got to work the score.
Match. Do you see either one of these guys, Jim, with a sliver of an opening?
No, I really don't. I mean, if they don't wrestle at the same level like this, now you've got an opportunity for somebody to go ahead and nice shot right there by Welsh. But I mean, the thing about Ferrari is that once you're getting in is just part of the equation. His ability to scramble, his ability to be a great athlete, square up on him. He got good go-behinds.
Action. Here we go.
you know, when you get in a match like this, Shane, it's almost like, okay, who's going to break first and just say, the heck with it, I'm going to go ahead and try to score and create that scramble situation. But as I mentioned before, you get on Ferrari's legs, I mean, just the scramble is just part of it. We saw that in the match he had with Aiden Sinclair. It looked like both guys were able to go ahead and you know, get scramble situations, able to score.
Warning green.
Warning green.
Stone cold on Ferrari, his first.
Well, I think that's just a visual, just being on his knees and never being able to get to a shot. I don't know that Rocco's really done that much to maybe deserve that call, but you gotta, it's like this, 1-to-1, you gotta call somebody.
Welsh and Ferrari, 7 minutes. Not enough time to decide this one. Each guy with an escape. Into an underhook.
Angelo Ferrari working a little bit more with that underhook.
Ferrari drops it on a single leg, but Rocco Welsh squares up with those heavy hips.
Yeah, he did.
Do it in the middle.
Nice job right there, squaring up. Rocco showing some good defense of his own.
Work to score.
You'd hate to give up one of these big matches right here because you gave up a stall warning. So if you're Ferrari, you got to think about, be conscious about being on the edge of the mat, the outer third right there.
Ferrari is quick like a cat.
He is quick like a cat, but I'm impressed with Rocco Welsh's ability to circle out of that.
55 seconds in setting victory. Shot there on the edge from Welsh and out of bounds. Coming to their feet.
Took a long time to get back to the center.
Next point wins. As I mentioned, Ferrari last February, that big win and setting victory over Dustin Plott. Can he do it again?
Now notice how he's not going down to his knees right there. He's looking for his offense right now. So he
front headlock.
Yeah, tells you a little bit of something about what's going on here because he's been on his knees for 2 periods now, and now late in overtime he's not hitting the knee as much. So I think he has his offense from the feet. He's chosen to go down to his knees.
Rocco Welsh awaits the Hawkeyes' return to the center of the Resolite. This one appears destined for the tiebreakers as the final seconds of regulation tip to 0. Here we go. 2 30-second tiebreakers wrestled in their entirety.
Red, your choice. Top, bottom, neutral, or defer.
Look for Ferrari to just explode up right there. Quad pod, splitting the grip right there.
Ferrari to his feet. He goes whizzer.
1, 2, 3.
Welsh has that left ankle still in control, and he's going to get the stall call, but he will take that.
Yeah, he'll take that call.
Cover, you're on, Red. Yep.
He's going back to his quad pod stand-up. Right there, quad pod. Scoop the leg.
Ferrari works to his feet once again. There's a roll by the Hawkeye.
Good job of following here by
Welsh.
Welsh.
From Welsh. And Rocco Welsh is going to ride Ferrari for the 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
All right from Ferrari, staying right with Welsh after a roll.
Good job with that.
And Welsh skips away and takes the 2-1 lead.
Good anticipation by Welsh, catching him dropping down to the ankle right there. 12 seconds left.
Clock's good.
Can Ferrari find some more magic? Rocco Welsh comes into Carver Hawkeye and takes down number 1. Now let's take a look at our pick for number 1.
Let's switch the uniforms now. Now you got a young freshman from Minnesota going up against a veteran national champion, Entrell Taylor, and great opportunity for Millard. Millard coming off a victory. It was injury default against Cannon Webster against Illinois, but Millard was ahead, had a first period takedown, was hit on the leg when they hit heads, and Cannon Webster had to medically default there, but it was an impressive start for Millard there. He's certainly unafraid. Taylor, what a year last year, coming back and winning the national championship, beating Joey Blaze in the finals, who he had lost to for third place, the third place match in the Big Tens. And 2 national champions last year. We talked about it for Nebraska. And Ridge Lovett now in the room. You know, talk about who they get to roll around with. What a career. Ridge Lovett tops it off with a championship along with Entrell Taylor. Nebraska brings home the runner-up trophy as well as the runner-ups in the Big Ten. What a year. And, you know, a few injuries right now tonight. They're without a couple of their starters, but they're going to be right in the thick of things for the trophy at the end of the year.
Break easy. Okay.
These wrestlers back stacked up here. Entrell Taylor. I mean, we see this often. It just goes to show the Big Ten, like you were talking about, a 4th place finish of the Big Ten championships. Figure it out in 2 weeks, turn it on to a national champion at 157 pounds. I mean, this goes to show every year those Big Ten championships. It is a stacked field, much of which you're going to see at the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, you get through the Big Ten season, regular season, the Big Ten championship gauntlet, and you're in good health. You know, you're unafraid, that's for sure. And there's the underhook by Taylor. Good job by Millard of stopping that underhook that is, you know, Taylor he really loves the underhook, the upper body, and he likes to defend up into the opponent. And Millard just said, not me. Good initial defense there by Millard.
You know, Coach Agam from Minnesota told us, hey, for Millard, one of the keys is keep this match close early. I feel like if we could keep this close and go back and forth, my guy Millard is a guy who is a strong hand fighter, wears people down with that. He's looking to keep this match close as he has, 0-0, almost 3 minutes in.
Out of Wisconsin, Askren Wrestling Academy. You know, there's something about those guys that come out of that academy that they love the competition, they love to compete, love the sport.
Ricky. Yeah, we're good.
Look at that. Good hip. Got the hips underneath. Lift, return. You know, he didn't slam him down to the mat, but that was a good mat return by Millard.
Millard showing he is tough in the top spot.
Looking, he's got the wrist trap, looking for a possible tilt. Now, Taylor flat. Right here. This is where Millard's starting to feel some confidence building up. Things going his way. Good job by Taylor getting out. 49 seconds riding time.
Taylor's trying to get the first takedown in this duel for Nebraska. So far, it's been 4 takedowns for Minnesota, none through the first 4 matches for this Cornhusker group.
Yeah, what a difference this year, you know, for Taylor. I mean, he was the hunter last year. He's the hunted this year. You know, the target's on your back. It's hard. It's a whole different ball game when you are the returning national champion. Everybody's going to give you their best shot. What an opportunity. Millard's fired up. Going up the rankings already. You know, on paper, the victory against Webster doesn't hurt him. The way he wrestled against Webster really helped him from his mental standpoint. So he's certainly ready for this tonight. front of the home crowd.
Yeah, it was interesting hearing Coach Manning talk about, you're the national champ. People got a book on you now. They know exactly. You're going to be calling that duel on Sunday. Another time county duel in the Big Ten.
Looking forward to that. Illinois, Michigan's always good. It's up in Michigan. Illinois will want to bounce back from a disappointing performance against Minnesota, but Minnesota's showing right here. They are a tough nut to crack. They're going to come out and they're going to compete hard. Quick escape by Taylor. It's all tied up. No riding time advantage, so
Taylor.
Yeah, try to get that underhook that Millard's already said, no, you're not going to get it on me. And Taylor trying to, you can see where his eyes are. They're looking high right there. He wants to control that upper body.
Millard.
Look at the feet.
And he takes down Taylor for the takedown.
Yeah, and that was all done by not only dropping his level and driving into the double leg. Now Taylor out, looking for a reversal. Gets the reversal. He's going to have to let it go. Okay, 5-3. Takedown, we win it for Taylor. But now Millard does not have a stall call. Taylor. Millard
turning on the leg here, looking to be able to finish the single.
Taylor wants to pick that off, beat the head, come around into the crotch. He's going to have to kick that foot loose.
Has not been awarded yet.
No, this thing is not over. Taylor, he's got that foot. He drives through. If he can cut off. Oh, wow. Oh, man.
Back and forth, and Taylor.
There's your national champion.
Takes him to his back and pins him.
I mean, Millard's going, what did I just do? Wow.
Taylor had the lead. Millard had the lead, and Taylor turns him on his back and gets the fall. The first bonus points come in a big way. What a third period in this thriller.
There's your champ.